Without the joy and appreciations, our practice won't go so well. Because even we have the nugget teaching of the such as Dzogchen Month Long, without the appreciation and the devotion, our practice become almost dry. Dry, there is no moisture. It's dry. It's like when you drop the seed in the desert, it won't grow. It will dry it up there. But with that seed, if we drop it in some nice field, soil places, or the farmland, where there's moistures, where there is beautiful conditions, then definitely it will bring growth. Similarly, joy and devotions are like fertilizer to growth of that. We should feel joy. Joy and appreciation and devotion is really important all the time. Teaching said, I'm sure is going to tell more here. But we should, every practitioner, we begin to the joy and the devotion and the refuge and the bodhicitta. Those are all important. And again, to summarize that, joy and the devotion, refuge is what? Essence of refuge is confidence. Confidence in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. And the bodhicitta is love and compassion, kind thoughts, kind-hearted, joyful-hearted, compassionate-hearted, and appreciation-hearted. And we have those beautiful qualities. Our practice will become as piece of cakes. It's not difficult, boring practice, dragging practice. And looking, oh, again I have to do practice. Oh, I have to do this. Oh, I need to do this. This kind of dragging, but we may be lacking what this means. Lacking joy in the devotion and bodhicitta, or confidence and love. If we have all those beautiful qualities, then really it all comes so perfectly. So therefore, even in here, at the beginning here, it's only said, I bow down respectfully, take refuge. That means also I trust and confidence, with confidence, joy. Also sometimes in English they use, this is what they call surrendered, I think. Surrendered is also one way very nice, surrendered. Surrendered. Or we're not going to resist with our ego clingings. We're not going to give the power to the ego and habit pattern. We're going to give power to the Buddha, to the Dharma, to the Sangha, to the practice. I'm not going to resist it. So what they call surrender? Surrender. It's good. Surrendered. When it's surrendered, that means it's not something we're losing. What is losing? What is little bit dimming down? Dimming down is ego cling. Ego and arrogance. Ego and arrogance, and I like to be in this way, kind of thing, my way, my style, or it don't fit with me. I don't like that. These kind of things we can do, of course, too. But when it comes to the practice, if we start doing this many times, what we become? We are losing our ground of the practice. Our Dharma ground is really losing. Therefore, that means who is winning? Ego clinging. Habit pattern. Habit pattern, not good habit pattern. There's two things at the beginning time. With the habit pattern of the attachment, grasping, clinging, all those negative emotions winning. They keep in the upper hand. So therefore, to do this, respect and appreciation, trusting, this all is very important. Refuge in feet of the glorious Supreme Guru. Feet of the Guru, it doesn't mean actually also feet means you're going to touch to the feet. Of course, traditionally, in ancient time, when they prostrated to the teacher or to the shrine, they go to touch to the lowest part of the shrine. They're not just jumping up to the head of the Buddhas, but to put to their heads to them. So that means highest of our body is touching to the lowest part of the refuges, lowest part, and therefore putting to the feet, that too. But also it means, feet means no arrogance, less arrogance in our heart, kind of deep reverence and practice. We practice touching. And then traditionally, for example, in India, I'm sure you those who've been in India, they every time, many times with their respect, everybody touch to their feet by Indians. They come, even kind of the younger ones touch to the elders' feet. That means I respect their knowledge, their experience, their guidances. Respect. And that's how the lineage or the tradition passed, and keeping the very rich culture, and keep that respect and appreciation. You learn because less arrogance. And arrogance is the obstacle. Arrogance always on the teaching said, it's not just the teaching, we can feel that too. I mean, because that's what the teaching said. Arrogance is like kind of iron bowl. Iron bowl, no matter how much water we pour, we want to catch the water. And then similarly, and when we have the arrogance, guys, no matter how much knowledge you gain from others, it won't sink. It just spells out. It won't absorb. So therefore, this respect here, for example, bow down to the lotus, to the feet. That I take refuge. And then here said, my followers and I be blessed, so that we realization of the profound path being born quickly. This, what that actually means, of course we all know, realization, maybe something, Dzogchen realization that we're thinking. It's true, Dzogchen realization is realization. But realization is something we have to think more practically, more tangible way, more what we can handle realization. That realization, this realization, Dzogchen realization, start with what we've been discussing. Joy, devotion, bodhicitta. Those are realization. These are realization. When we have those realization in the heart, Dzogchen realization comes so easily. Muhammad realization comes so easily. For that reason, in the teaching said, in the Great Master Saraha said, and as often Great Master Khenpo would take quotations, he said, realization comes by accumulating the merit and the blessing from the teacher. That says. And that blessing from the teacher, accumulating the merit, what that means, we've all been discussing. Blessing from the teacher comes with devotions. When we have to devote joy and appreciation. Accumulating the merit is bodhicitta, 6 paramita. Accumulation merit has 2, right? You all mostly know the wisdom merit and accumulating merit. Both merit have to be together. So those all come together, then realization comes. So that means for most of us, what is realization? Joy, devotion, bodhicitta, confidence, passion. And we have those. That is now our soil is activated. Spring is coming. Definitely growth will come. Realization will come. This joy and the devotion and bodhicitta, confidence, all that's like spring energy of the realizations. This is that is realization. Joy and the devotion and bodhicitta generally is dawn of realization. They are realization. This will lead to full bloom of the realization. So therefore, we pray, when we join to meditate this one, we pray, may I have the joy. May my joy born in my heart. May the loving kindness and compassion born in my heart. My devotion born in the heart. The confidence, trust born in my heart. That is profound part, profound realization. What means profound here? Here also, of course, you know. Profound. Profound. Profound means love is infinite. Joy is infinite. Devotion is infinite. That we have to bring. Present our joy in the devotion, Bodhidharma, I'm not saying all of you, but maybe a few of us. Our devotion is maybe shallow. Joy is shallow. Love and kindness and compassion may be shallow. It's not profound enough. We didn't touch yet the deep of our nature yet. We have to act. When we touch that deep, that is path. That is actually path. We are moving forward inwardly, and we are deepening our practices, our meditation. All that begin really come so nice. So this realization comes quickly in essence. When that comes, then the Dzogchen realization, what we're talking all the time, the Mahamudra realization, what we're talking, all looking forward, is just there. It's not far away. Far away. It comes so surprising, and that comes so surprising, so beautiful, so unexpected many times comes. And then we read the life story of those great masters who got those realizations. Went long process, kind of long process, difficulty, looks like difficulty, but their courage and commitment, immense of their joy and devotion, unyielding, unfailing. The devotion continued keeping up that, with that, and then surprisingly the realization comes so instantly. With this simple technique, simple method, even don't really need anything that looks like just so ridiculous way. They got the realization, how that can be happened. That happened because of this, what they deepening. Joy, devotion, bodhicitta, confidence, that's what they deepening. And then they burst their realization and become as like sky yogi. And those then merge to the Buddha Samye or the Buddha Shakyamuni, Padma Samye Ling. All that just the long-lasting longing of their realization, that just happened in just that instant. That all depended, all started with this beautiful journey of joy, devotion, bodhicitta, and confidence, and their commitment. This is, you read the books that so many translated now. You read that. Then they become totally fearless, totally enlightened, but yet so simple and so beautiful. And that is what comes. So therefore, when we start with this, then the bing boom realization of the profound thought, then quickly realization comes without a slight error. Slight error. This slight error means then no errors, no mistakes. That started with the realization, no mistake. There's many times teaching people say, oh, I got so much realizations. I heard that so many times, Pro said. I got so much realization, but I don't know what is this. Yes, they really say that. I got so much realizations, but I don't know. That must be very, what's called, skeptical realization and doubtful realization. Doubtful realization and a skeptical realization. Also, I don't know what is that. Even they don't know, and I don't know. I mean, it's true. I don't know. It's really that. But the true realization comes. No need doubt. No need skeptical. It's brilliant sun arising in the sky, free from clouds, free from the mists, or these dusts or pollutions. It's just a brilliant. You feel happy, you feel confidence, and you feel glorious. And yet you feel so gentle and peaceful, love and kindness. And as like Buddha Shakyamuni, as like Padma Samye Ling, As those great masters that we read and we saw, that's what it is, the realization. And to start with that, to have that undoubtful realization, unskeptical realization, unerror realization, then start with joy, devotion, bodhicitta. Then we move forward with that. That is just beautiful. We don't have to be skeptical with joy. We don't have to be skeptical with the devotions. We don't have to be skeptical with loving kindness and compassion. We don't have to. As their brilliant, is true, is so special, is beautiful, and that same way realization will bring. Realization will become so beautiful and so special. That's what he said. So this, and this, so then when you got this, then what? Dom Chitta. Dom Chitta. Chitta, the Latin translated here, Chitta, in Tibet it says Zensasi. Zensasi means like portress. Portress that has now, like portress. Portresses that have no fears. You don't have to be scared with this. No fears. No fears to anything. No, don't have to be hope to something. No hope, no fears. Or no expectations, no longings. Nunge. You got everything. And therefore in the Dzogchen teaching, pretty sure we heard from Khenpo Rinpoche and as well as when I said there's the four confidence or four fearlessness states. When you got highest realization, when you reach to the Dzogchen status. And the teaching said, when you reach that realization status, even you see the millions of Buddhas right in front of you, there's nothing more to ask, nothing more to receive. You got everything. You got this revolt. Even you're surrounded with millions of the enemies, nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. That is like Chitta. There's four different ways to achieve this. This is then you discover our original nature, naked, fresh, without any cover up. That is then here said by the blessings.